Okay, welcome. Thank you, Faye. Okay, welcome. Is this working? Welcome, benvenuti. Welcome to our Pratt and Venice 35th anniversary research symposium. This event, intended initially for April 27th, is part of our 35 years of Pratt and Venice celebrations, which we launched with a show in Venice in June of 2019, which had work by alumni Monique Rollins and Heywan Han and painting professor Brennan, and then followed up with our mega reception and exhibition of a year ago with work by many, many alums, as well as former Venice faculty and 2019 student work. Last year's big show was curated by Michael Brennan with help from Angela Conant and many students and alums, with much wonderful institutional support from President Francis Bronet and Vice President Daphne Halpern, Fine Arts Chair Jane South, and many, many more from Pratt and from our colleagues in Venice participated and contributed to that. The Pratt and Venice faculty planned for 2020 and now for 2021, God willing, Joe Copta, Faye Koo, Michael Brennan, Diana Gisolfi, and our assistant, very wonderful designer assistant, Christian Harding, have kept meeting weekly, maintaining our contacts in Venice, some of whom are here today, working on a series of videos. You will see 2 of these of the 5 that we have planned during the intermission. Launching a newsletter, Joe Copta's project, continuing our online sale from the alumni show to support the scholarship fund. And Joe has now put up a catalog of that on our website. In any case, it's this faculty/student group, with the addition of student Joey McFadden, who have worked to put together this Zoom event and who will be monitoring the wait room, the chat, and the email, that hopefully everything will go smoothly today with all their help. Today, 8 alums of the program from the 1990s to 2019 present serious research initiated during the Venice program. All of today's speakers participated in both the Materials and Techniques course, the on-site art history course in Venice, and often the printmaking or painting as well. In the case of Sergio, he came 3 years, so he did all of them. 6 earned dual degree masters, 5 or 6 earned dual degree masters from Pratt, either in art history with fine arts or art history with library science. In most instances, the research done in Venice became the basis for a master's thesis. In one case, it became the basis for a BA thesis, and in another case, it contributes to a dissertation from another institution. As Donna Highland is the Vice Provost for Academic Affairs, I asked her to say a few words, and she kindly agreed. Donna, we have to unmute you. Wait a minute. Unmute. You should be unmuted.
I'm done. I unmuted myself.
Oh.
Deanna, hi, and hi, everyone. Deanna told me I could be informal, but of course I wrote things down because even on Zoom, it can be slightly nerve-wracking. Mainly what I want to say is that I am truly honored and delighted to be here today. I very much appreciate the chance to acknowledge the work of this remarkable program. I mean, 35 years, that's a long run, and I trust it's not over yet. So the first thing I want to say is thank you for inviting me to speak, and congratulations. As I look at the program from where I sit, I've been at Pratt about 5 years now. I see a program that is really exciting, that has over the years nurtured the work of many, many people, some but not all of whom are here today. And it has nurtured the work of individual artists, individual scholars across a range of connected fields, which I think is quite striking and to be honored. It has also created a community that I think is remarkable. I see it here today on Zoom. I've seen it at every show that I've been to. It's an inspirational group. And I think that that is part of the ongoing, I don't know what you want to call it, the legacy, the influence and the impact of the program. So it's in your individual work and it's in your collective presence in the world, what you do together and what you represent together. So I know that it is going to be a remarkable afternoon. I look forward to the presentations. And I guess the last thing I want to say that is that as we listen this afternoon, go back to the videos to hear whatever you're not able to hear today, if you need to leave at any point. I know that you'll find what I think I find in this program, and that is a real inspiration, energy, a sense of forward movement, which would be a remarkable accomplishment, I think, at any time. Right now, all the more remarkable given the challenges that we're all overcoming every day. To be able to be here together in this space is something to celebrate. So thank you for including me, and I'll turn it back to Deanna.
Wow. Thank you for those eloquent, supportive, and lovely words. That's really very, very much appreciated. I also asked Maria Suarez, the Director of Study Abroad, to say a few words, sorry. Maria, are you here? I know I saw you come in. Maria, there you are. Okay, unmute yourself. That seemed to work best for Donna.
Yeah.
You guys are officially co-hosts, incidentally. That's how we did it. So Maria, you're up.
Hi, everyone. Like Donna, I also wrote a few words down. So I have been in this role for 6 years, and I work very closely with Deanna and with the participating faculty on almost every aspect of the Pratt in Venice program. I had the honor and privilege of traveling to Venice last summer. And it was my first time in Venice, but it was also, I saw the program up close. It was quite something in terms of how organized and how engaged the students and the faculty were. I saw our students in the classrooms, in their studios. I visited our partner schools. I met some really wonderful Venetians. I saw the locations where they travel, where our students go, just breathtaking. And I met everyone, I believe almost everyone who plays such a crucial role in the management of the program and in making it and keeping it such a success for Pratt and for our students, of course. So thank you for asking me to participate today, Deanna. I'm so happy to be here.
It's so lovely to have you. It's wonderful to have all these supportive people. And thank you again for your words. And it was fun having you meet all those Venetians. Jane South is the chair of fine arts. She has been wonderfully supportive of our program since she came. And I'm delighted that she agreed to say a few words as well. And she did come to Venice also.
Buon pomeriggio tutti. It's nice to see everybody. I didn't write anything down, so let's see how this goes. So I was hired as the chair of fine arts in 2017, and I happened to already be going to Italy in the June of that year. So I went to visit Pratt in Venice. The image behind me, which is probably disorienting because it actually is at the wrong orientation, but I couldn't quite figure that out, is of the beautiful little porch space which I was sitting in for a few minutes before going into the building where the studios are, before going up and actually meeting Deanna for the first time. And I just sat there for a few moments because I was early. So this is just an example of how, although in addition to the experience that the students have, there is this fantastic scholarship, a lot of which we're going to learn more about today. Of course, one of the other things is this new visual language. And this is totally true. What you see behind me here has found its way into my own artwork. This kind of motif and this behind me, and I didn't even consciously plan for that. So I think one of the other incredible things about this program is what we all appreciate when we go somewhere, you find a new language. But if you go somewhere to make art and to study art, your antenna are up even more so. And I think that opens this other kind of portal to all of this experience in a way that is going to enrich your life, your work, and of course, your understanding of other cultures. So it's an incredible thing. The love and the work and the joy that it generates is astounding. That summer, a couple of graduate students, I think it was, came back from the Venice program, and I ran into them in the office and I said, oh, how did it go? I met you in Venice at the beginning of the program. How did it go? And they said, and I've heard this many times from people who've done this program, it changed my life. And they all qualified that by saying, I know that sounds crazy, or that sounds like an overstatement, but it really did. So for you, Diana, to have created this and sustained it for 35 years is an incredible feat, because we know that the academic landscape changes all the time and it's tough to keep something going. And for all of you individuals, and I would also like to shout out to Michael Brennan, who I know has put so much work into the program and mentoring the students. Just congratulations to all of you, and I really look forward to the rest of the afternoon.
Thank you, Jane. Thank you all for all those wonderful tributes. I see that we now have 45 people here and still coming, and I see that it includes some of our colleagues in Venice. Benvenuta Amalia Basso, benvenuto Paolo Spezzani. So it's just lovely to see some of our colleagues from Venice joining us. We were disappointed not to be able to be in person, but this is the advantage we can of this Zoom world that we live in now. At least we can include more people that probably wouldn't have had time to fly over the ocean. So it's good. I see Jennifer Melby, who taught printmaking for many years. It's wonderful to see her. So it's great, and I'm so pleased to see so many people here and so many alums, some of whom have worked in our office. So that's just lovely. It's just lovely. I'm just looking a bit. My cousin from Verona is here. It's wonderful. Rosanna, who wrote a book about Venice after she came. I loved what there's Ava Barrett, who worked in my office, Marina Marcello, wonderful people from Venice, and alumnus John Gribovich, Padre Giovanni Gribovich is wonderful. I'm just so delighted to see so many people here. Margaret, oh, it's just wonderful to see you all. So, and some of our colleagues from the art history department, like Gail Kurtz, it's wonderful. Okay, I think we're going right on time. And we're almost ready to introduce Joe Kopta. Joe, shall I go ahead? We're sort of 5 minutes ahead of time. I want to give, if anyone else wants to add anything right now, anyone who's a speaker or a presenter can unmute yourself for 5 minutes ahead of time. But if not, I think I'll go ahead and introduce Joe. It doesn't hurt to have a few extra minutes because you never know when there might be some technical glitch. This is my main worry, but let's hope it all goes smoothly. And Andrew, it's so good to see you. Welcome to all of you. It's so wonderful to see you all. It really is. And I sort of skipped ahead so I could see more names of who's here. It's wonderful.